You are suppressing your intuition. Not only today, but always. It's very easy to not listen to yourself. It's very easy to avoid yourself, not to be present. And most of the time, unfortunately, we do that. If you're experiencing chronic pain in your body, then your attention isn't on you, but it's everywhere else. It's on the outside. It's escaped, and the pain is a signal calling you back in. It's calling you, and it's going to be calling you until you're ready to listen. That will reflect the intensity of the pain. The intensity increases with how much we're avoiding ourselves. And it's easy to avoid ourselves. It's easy to listen to something, do something else, listen to music, scroll on the internet. But even multitasking is a way how we are escaping our intuition, how we're avoiding ourselves. And there's many patterns that we have learned and we have learned to believe, and we don't even realize we're doing them. A lot of them are going from the autopilot, they're automatic, and we just do them repetitively in a sequence, but we're avoiding the knowing that we're doing them, and then we end up wondering why. Why are we in pain? We end up wondering, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel lost? Why do I feel depressed? Why do I feel stressed? Why do I feel anxious? Why am I feeling pain? And it's because you've been putting your energy everywhere else but on yourself, but on the real you, on your higher self. And it's your higher self that will always call you back. No matter how hard it is, the pain will only remind you to come back. But unfortunately, the coping mechanism when we feel pain of the body is suppressing it. The reaction is often, I need to fix myself quickly, and I need to keep going. I need to keep doing. I need to be there for others. I need to do this and that and this and that. Same way of avoiding ourselves or ignoring our intuition is, for example, how we feed our bodies, not only by what we consume virtually or physically by consuming energies of other people who we surround ourselves with, also mainly what we eat. Everything that you put into your body is then forming the result of nurture, of how you feel. Everything you're consuming. And it's so easy to avoid the importance of how you feed yourself, how you feed your body, and then be just like, wow, I'm feeling sick. Like, why? Why is this happening to me? Why am I feeling so bad? Is my energy so low? Why can't I get out of bed? Why am I feeling so bad? It can be also processes of transformation when you have realized that you've been doing it wrong and you want to shift that and change that. That's a bit different, because then the body, if you change a mind belief, the cells, literal composition of the body has to shift to that new belief. And so the change is happening. And so there can be some uncomfortableness. The emotions that have been trapped and in the founding, in building that belief, have to shift to building a new belief. And so temporarily there can be things like fever, any symptoms of the body, like pain or uncomfortableness or something. It doesn't have to go through pain. I used to think it does, that the transformation has to hurt, but it can be easy. And as you get further, it can be even without symptoms. The shift can be happening only in the form of the mind. Once your mind becomes so flexible that you're able to shift it so easily, you're able to be open, to be flexible, to be receiving new perspectives, new points of view, and you're able to shift things easily. But in the stage where you are experiencing chronic pain and a lot of your shifts are painful, a lot of your transformations are still with pain, in those cases or in that phase, in that stage, the pain is there, but there is always an explanation for it. There is always an understanding you can reach, and if it's still there, if the pain is persisting, if the pain is chronically coming back, repeating itself, then you're still not there for yourself enough. You feel like you've been already too selfish, like you've been looking out for only yourself, but it's not about this. It's about how you use your attention. And if you still feel like you have to be there for others first, you have to do that first, and then you're gonna attend to yourself, or you don't even think like you need to attend to yourself, like you need any extra care, you feel like, yeah, you're treating yourself just fine, and there's still pain, then you're not. Okay, it's as easy, as simple as that. As long as there is pain, uncomfortableness, then you're not aligned with your intuition, and your intuition is just the knowing what you need. Whether it's doing less, doing more, it doesn't matter on the doing, but it does matter on where you feed a lot of your energy. What goes in your mind? What are the worst case scenarios that you delve in and what you like to believe? Where do you put all of your energy? How do you do things? Because it's so easy to avoid ourselves, to go ignore ourselves, and then to be surprised why am I feeling like this, why is this happening to me. And it's not always like the what I need isn't always gonna be the most entertaining, it's not always gonna be the easiest. Coming into intuition and into alignment, it is gonna sometimes be, I no longer can eat this type of food because my body now requires to be lighter, requires to be, needs a lighter digestion, for example, as we shift into alignment. Or it can be with, I used to need to have, I often hear this, I need to listen to music. I hate peace. I need to watch something when I'm doing something. And this sort of multitasking that only leads to overwhelming, that only leads to anxiety, that only leads to any form of label we need. And it will lead to exhaustion because you're not taking care of your energy, because the intuition always guides you to knowing how to take care of yourself best, how to take care of your energy, how to use your energy. But it's not always the most fun way. It's not always the most selfish way. It will be sometimes stepping out of your comfort zone to be there with people, and sometimes it's gonna be just to be there with yourself, and sometimes it's gonna be changing what you thought you had figured out and you thought this is how it is for you, this is how you are, and changing that into something new, into the new alignment. Because as we evolve and we live different lives every day and we have different experiences, we need different things. We need something else is okay with us, and what used to work maybe doesn't work anymore, and that's okay. But it is about this constant learning, shifting, and trust me, one day it's all gonna fall into place, especially if you have had or are experiencing chronic pain and you're already in the belief that you can lead a life without pain, then congratulations. And um, when you know this is possible, it's achievable easy. And this goes to any aspect of your life. The same way it can be with any lack, anything you feel like you don't have. There is a direct route towards having it, but it is gonna require you tuning in with yourself. Who do you have to become in order to have that automatically? You are suppressing your intuition.